Well, a very good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Candy Talk here on Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Evan Sokinyi. I'm glad that you're here with us. I'm joined by Professor Herman Manyora. Prof, good morning.
Good morning, George. Yes.
How are you?
Fine. Yes.
It seems the mountain is still having to deal with the so-called betrayal, as they say. Right now, the man on the spot and the talking town is Honorable Ndindi Nyoro. Yesterday, not really yesterday, but then the other day, we were expecting some revelations from him as he was exiting that particular office. But then, look at this young man and how he's developed over the years. And right now, he's at the center of it all. What would you say, first of all, of the situation that has actually befell him right now?
Well, that's normal in politics. Sometimes you are with friends. Sometimes they toss you in the sea. Sometimes they throw you under the bus. That's normal. That's politics. So his people have thrown him under the bus. Yeah. Which is very normal in politics. Nothing strange. Yeah.
We've seen this trend before. And actually, he was there. Remember during Uhuru Kenyatta's time, he decided to go against his mentor, as he calls him, President Uhuru Kenyatta, and supported William Ruto. And then right now, he's again in the political cold. I wonder what kind of mistake do you think that perhaps the Right Honorable would have made politically that is actually costing him right now?
Maybe he's independent-minded. Maybe he's ambitious and his ambition is shining through. And the king is never happy to see people who are ambitious, who are salivating for the throne. That is possible. It is also possible that he's working in cohorts with people like William Ruto to grow him politically. Yeah. You know, you can assume to be persecuting him so that he grows. And then when you pick him as your running mate, that is good. Or then he joins an outfit that runs for office to disrupt the Mount Kenya vote. All these things are possible.
Okay.
But the most plausible is that Ndindi Nyoro is a young man with ambition. And that doesn't go well with many people. So they have to cut him down. And because of that ambition, he has had to balance. In some instances, he has had to keep quiet. When UDA and Ruto expected him to be climbing on rooftops and everywhere and shouting in the praise of government or in support of things that were very unpopular on the ground. So Ndindi Nyoro has been walking a tightrope. Yeah.
Talking about supporting things which were actually unpopular on the ground, at that particular time, he was the chair of the Budget and Appropriations Committee.
Yes.
Would you have expected something different from him?
At that time, it was a little bit difficult. So if you are the chairman of the budget and so deep in government, even if you had your own reservations about the finance bill and think that's what you're talking about, it was not very easy to navigate that kind of situation. Short of resigning, it was not easy. Yeah.
You see, we are tracing his steps and actually what led him to where he is right now. And I'm like, if I go back, of course, he was in full support of the finance bill.
Yes.
But then he took a different move when it came to the impeachment of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, and decided to keep silent. He did not actually take any sides. He decided to sit on the fence. Do you think that sitting on the fence actually costed him?
Well, the people didn't like it. Like I say, they wanted him to support it openly. They wanted him to support it openly. He didn't support it openly, and they were not happy with that. Yeah, and they are hitting back. Yeah.
So you think?
And him, he knew, like it is said, I think in the Bible or elsewhere, don't throw a stone at a brother even if he's a thief. You may not stop people from, because you know he's a thief. Let others throw the stone at your brother. You can't pick a stone and throw at your own. In things fall apart, there's a very sad incident where a Kemefuna has to be killed, to be sacrificed to the gods because of something. And that boy has been growing up, been growing up in Okonkwo's family. So what is Chinua Achebe saying? You know, there are instances where you have to keep off. You know, don't touch that boy. Birika, the voice of reason, tells Okonkwo. But Okonkwo, when the boy runs to him, he just strikes him. So I think Ndindi Nyoro was living up to that wisdom, that the people are stoning your brother. You may not stop them, but don't throw a stone yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the other possibility that you just alluded to here, about a scheme here being crafted by the powers that be to some sort of create a Ndindi Nyoro wave in the mountain region as well, and therefore in the process actually maybe dilute the influence of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua.
That's a possibility. Yeah. And time will tell. Time will tell.
So how is it possible? Because assuming he's been he's actually faced the purge because of being affiliated to the former
that makes him popular. So that if he teamed up with somebody other than the main opposition, they'll get a few of the votes that would have gone in one basket against Ruto. Now some of them go in a smaller basket. You reduce. I don't know that you get that.
I get you, but then at the end of the day, President William Ruto shall have lost these votes.
No. Let us say there are 5 million Mount Kenya votes. If Gachagua takes those votes in one basket for Kalonzo or Raila or whatever it is,
Okay, now I get you.
they will affect Ruto. But if the main opponent Ruto, the main one, who would have gotten 5 million now gets 3 million, those 2 million are lost else somewhere within Ndindi Nyoro. So that this guy now is facing Ruto with 3 as opposed to 5. That could be part of the calculation.
If that is it, then it is possible that we would be looking at Ndindi Nyoro presidential bid in 2027. If that be the case,
He can start at running mate, but he can also run. He can also run. He can also run. But the better option for him would be to start at running mate. Or at least just be part of a team that's going to remove Ruto from power. That would be a very good starting point for him. Yeah.
but if that is the case, then we wouldn't try imagine that maybe it's a scheme by the president to divide the Mount Kenya votes. Because
If he remained, that I'm saying that would be the best option. That is if he's genuine. Then he will be where Kina Gachagua are. To occasion maximum injury to Ruto. But if he has been sent, then he won't join them. He will take the votes elsewhere, the few votes he can raise. Yeah.
Okay.
Either if he stood for presidency or if he supported somebody other than the main opposition leader. Yeah.
So therefore, that could be some sort of a divisive tactic
Yes,
that is being used.
yes.
Let's look at the other option of joining Rigathi Gachagua formally, in as much as right now he hasn't said that. At the same time, he's refused to comment on whether he's severed ties completely with the current President William Ruto. It is true that indeed the Mount Kenya region, if at all Rigathi Gachagua is to be believed, that they actually want President William Ruto out. And something that Rigathi Gachagua has said in the recent past is that at least right now we don't know whom we want in, but we are sure of whom we want out.
Yes.
And that is William Ruto.
Yes.
So, but at the same time, you told me here that the mountain can actually decide that, look, all we need to do is make sure that William Ruto is out. We do not need any other opposition here. But at the same time, I'm getting some trusted buddies telling me here that they're not going to be in a position where they are willing to get into power without being given any position. And that would inform the reason why they may actually bid for a deputy presidential position, and that would actually go to Ndindi Nyoro. Is that possible as well?
It's also possible. It's possible the mountain can produce Ndindi Nyoro as the deputy president, as running mate in the main opposition outfit. It's possible. But you see now you must also weigh it against Gachagua's interests. He's the main driver.
Yeah.
Because to put Ndindi Nyoro in such a strategic position is to kiss goodbye to his own presidential ambition. I don't know that you get what I'm saying.
I get you.
So you must weigh against that. Yeah. It's tricky. It's just like Natembeya and Wamalwa. So Ndindi Nyoro and Gachagua, Something is there.
For a man who is actually already crafting what he calls his community will, so to say, do you think that building Honorable Ndindi Nyoro would be a problem to him?
Doing what?
Building him, because you're saying here that if at all he was given, he decides to hand over that kind of position to Ndindi Nyoro, then he would actually be risking his own ambitions. So is it in doubt that Rigathi Gachagua can actually shelve his own ambitions and help in building one?
It's possible. It is possible. He will have to weigh. He can weigh and see if this burden I'm carrying of impeachment is taken through for the 10 years. By the time I'm through, the community and the country may not be ready for somebody of my age. You see, things are moving so fast. The Kalonzos of this country are the last people of such an age who can even present them, just to present yourself for office. Not to win, just to present yourself. In another 10 years, if somebody of that age were to, people will laugh. Even your own grandchildren will tell you, ambia kukaa wachana, wacha hiyo, enda chunga mbuzi. So, if Gachagua were to see, okay, Gachagua is about 50, getting to 60. So by the time this embargo, if I call it, of 10 years is through, maybe he'll be about getting to 70. And he can reckon, by then I'll be too old to run for office. Then he can support Ndindi Nyoro. But again, he can also bargain for a position within the opposition, so that when they take over, the Mount Kenya people get prime minister. And then he pushes that one to Ndindi Nyoro. He confines him in that corner. So that yeye anaendelea kupanga mambo yake kotini. Mambo yake ikiiva 2032, he runs for president. All those are possibilities. Yeah.
If you were to advise Honorable Ndindi Nyoro at this point, when he finds himself at crossroads, whether he should actually go slow and actually get back to supporting President William Ruto or completely sabotage with him in another way, what would you tell him? How would you advise him?
He must grow his own wings. Because, as I've explained, if you fly under with Gachagua's wings, you must be cognizant of the fact that Gachagua has his own ambitions. If you depend on his wings, you won't go far. Because he will only give you sufficient wings to fly only where he thinks you are no longer a threat. You can't be a threat. On the other hand, if he sticks with Ruto and the community is so much against Ruto, then he's jeopardizing his own political future. The advice I would give Ndindi Nyoro is to see how he can remain neutral while growing his profile. But always to be aware of where the community is headed. In fact, supporting the Gachagua group without wanting anything in return would be the best. Would be the best.
Okay.
Yeah. Go back to Kiaru, be the MP. Don't ask for anything big. And let the dynamics of politics solve some equations for you. There are certain dynamics of politics. For example, the Gachagua group can lose the election. You have not been against them. You have actually supported them without demanding any position. You just went back to Kiaru. Everybody respects you because you went with the community and fought with the community. But the war was lost. It's actually a battle which is lost, not a war. The war is going on. Because it will take time for Gachagua and the group to recover from their loss, because it's so hyped, you can then come up that time. You can come up immediately, they are down. By the time they stand up and wipe themselves, you are already running with the ball. You are the hope of the community. And you are working with other youthful leaders across the country. Because there are many youthful leaders who will not have a chance in this election. Okay? In the election of 2022, people like Sifuna, Natembea, Babu Wino, and the rest, they may not be fully embraced at that national level. But you cannot keep them off in 2032. So if you continue working, you and Ndindi Nyoro and work with Babu Wino, Sifuna, Natembea, and the rest, pole too, just pole. That league may take over. That team of youthful leaders maybe just be the ones to take over in 2032. And you may find yourself occupying a front seat.
Talk to us about his stature in the larger Mount Kenya region. At least right now it's assumed that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is actually calling the shots.
Yes.
Where would you rate Ndindi Nyoro in terms of influence?
You know, the mountain knows they have a small boy of theirs. Yeah.
Okay.
Wako na kanjao. They know tuko na kanjao yetu. They know. They know they have a jamba. They have a really warrior in Gachagua. But there's like a small one somewhere they know. Wamama wanajua tuwe na kahegi ito. Tuko na katoto yetu mahali. They know. They know, the women know that we have our small boy somewhere. Yeah, they know.
Okay.
They may not put him at the level of Gachagua and Uhuru Kenyatta, but they know they have somebody. You know, among your animals, cows and what have you, kuna kabulu najua haka. When you are selling all bulls, because bulls, you know, you begin selling them when they are young. They eat too much, spoiling grass for the females, for the heifers and the rest. So you dispose of them. But unaangalia kamoja nasema haka hapana. This one I'm not selling. The way you look at the body, bila kanakula, vile mwili ni mrefu, nini, you keep it. So, Mount Kenya women know. Wako na katoto yao mahali kanaitwa Ndindi Nyoro. And the entire community is aware there is Ndindi Nyoro.
Okay.
Yeah. That for me, if I were Ndindi Nyoro, that's good enough. Yes.
Many people say that if you're a farmer and you want to keep cattle, you first of all start with a very young, energetic calf.
No. No, that one is wrong. If you want to keep an animal for milk.
Not for milk, but actually for, you say the bulls.
The bulls, yeah. Bulls, yes.
Yeah, you start with the young
Yeah,
energetic.
then you watch over it, you see how it feeds, you see how it is growing, the muscles, the height, everything. You check how it is growing, balancing the body, and then you know hapa iko kandume. So Ndindi Nyoro ni kandume kanakuja baadaye.
So unakalea vizuri sana.
Yeah.
My people are saying that, but down there I wonder if that is the case.
It is true. It is true. It's true.
Allow me to stop this conversation here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Till we have it again. Have yourself a lovely day.